Hello, today I'm gonna show you some of my favorite plugins which are either free or very cheap. These are plugins that are used in almost everything I do and plugins that I simply wouldn't live without. So the first plugin I'm gonna show you is the Spitfire Audio Labs soft piano, which I use in kind of everything I do, simply because it's free and it sounds amazing. So the Spitfire Audio Labs soft piano is a part of Spitfire Audio's free collection of samples, and you can find string samples and guitar samples, drum samples, and whatever you need. And it's totally free and it's amazingly awesome. And playing with real keys, it just makes it sound awesome. And remember, if you're only drawing, then use the sustain pedal. Helm synthesizer, which I also use in almost every video I make. I have used it for some years now, and this is the main synthesizer that I use, and it's kind of modular. It's totally free, and I really like the fact that I have been using it for like 2 years now, and still when I use it I find new combinations that really excites me. So I'm not gonna show off anything, but I think you should go and try it out because you can do almost everything with this synthesizer, and that's why I like it. So the next plugin is the Choral Baxter, which is a free Acoustica plugin. It's basically a very clean version of the Pultec equalizer. But this is free, and I think this sounds much more appealing to my taste, at least. I'm always shocked when I open it up because it's so subtle, and it really just does an amazing job at raising the highs, and in a way where it doesn't get harsh, but it just gets airy. And you can use it for so many things. I use it as a master plugin, and I can use it for like raising the airs in acoustic recorded instrument, and you can hear an example here. So let's start without. And then we turn it on. It's not much, but what it gives is just so valuable. Without, when I turn it off, it just seems flat. And on again. But again, it's free and it sounds amazing, so go and check it out, and you will probably find some situations where you really need it. Because it doesn't do much, but what it does is it does amazingly good. I'm still shocked. So one of my new findings this year has been the True Iron, which I simply just love because this is maybe the best saturation thingy. I don't know what to call it. What it does is that it brings in the sound of a transformer, which is also how I hear it, but I have never heard anything like this before. I can basically use this on every track I do. The purposes when I use it is either to gain some saturation or to give it some kind of more body. It's kind of difficult to explain, but for example, an electric guitar, you can like compress it a bit and make it stick out more, make it a bit warmer, and then I use it to bring some analog sounds into my digital domain. Before I found this, I really wanted to like do a color box, so basically a box with a lot of transformers, so I could like go through the box and add some analog sound. But I found this, and this idea of making this color box simply just disappeared, because why all this effort when this works so well? I will show you some example of what I use it for. So first I have this bass. Let's listen without. Let's turn it on. This is like a really strong saturation, but it's, for me, it's just like creating this in the analog world really is expensive, and this plugin, it's not free, but it's like $50 and it's always on sale. So it just adds some warmth, and for stuff only made in the DAW, this is just brilliant. Another example, and let's listen. For me, it just sounds so realistic. It sounds analog in the best way, and it's only a small plugin. Another great thing to do is to plug it into guitar tracks, because it simply just adds what I'm missing. I'm not sure about what it is, but it's some kind of body, saturation, and like the physics. When I'm playing a guitar amp, then I can feel the amp, and then when I put a microphone in front of it, then the physical sensation kind of disappears, and I need that again. And this kind of helps me provide it again. So everybody that records guitar think they need this plugin. So this is without. I just think it makes it sound a bit more like a guitar amp. Off. On. It becomes a bit more rough. And this is too nice. I didn't record it like this, but I kind of recorded it like this. So again, this is like a really cheap trick to make it sound better. And it's not much, but I think this is what makes a big difference. I've been through a lot of different reverbs, and this is my favorite so far, and it's definitely also the most cheap one. I'm not gonna show you much because I think most of you already know it, but it just sounds good. And the three different colors and the different modes, it's just like a no-brainer. So if you haven't bought this, spend your last money and don't go out drinking for a night instead. Yes, I said it. So the last plugin I'm gonna show you is the Sketch Cassette, which is not free, but it's really cheap. I don't remember how much. And I basically use it to like modify my sounds, give my sounds some character, and let's try to do it. In this example, I'm gonna use a drum loop where I really don't like the highs in this. So what I do is simply I activate it, and I already think it sounds better. It gave it some character and it gave it a sound. You have different types of tape. I mostly just use it like this because it's just like, it just does what it does very good and easily. And then what I also use it for is to make vibrato. So if we also add one to the Labs piano. I'm not a big fan of his. But let's try without. For me, it's just like, it's subtle, but it gave it some character, and character is everything. And then you have to figure out if you like it, of course. And then you have the whoa factor, which I kind of use as a vibrato. And I just like the sound of this, and it does what it does, and I used it in almost all of my tunes, and when I mix It's like, I'm sure that something else can do the same, but I only need to load one plugin, and then I have the options of vibrato and messing with my sounds, making the highs like more smooth, or actually just deleting them, but in a smooth way. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, then please hit the thumbs up button and consider to subscribe to my channel. It would truly make me happy. And remember, even though plugins are free, you almost always have the option to donate. And imagine if somebody was using something that you made. It's not because you maybe needed the money, but just that somebody sent you money would make you so happy. I think that way, and so donate. $5 makes a difference, because that means that somebody cares about what the developer does. And if 100 people pays $5, it's $500, which is some kind of money. So donate some money to all of these freeware stuffs, because it will make them happy.